earlier. It didn't work out too good for a couple reasons, because the internet was bad and because, dude, there's like all these wasps over here. What's up? Go away. Leave me alone. Internet was bad and kids were annoying, and I don't know. I was busy working on bikes and stuff. So sorry, last live video wasn't very good. So I thought, just in case, if people had any other comments, questions, concerns, or anything, I could do a quick little live video. Bro, there's like all these wasps over here for some reason. I'll just do a quick live video until basically until the lighting's too bad. The sun's going down right now. I'm out here on the porch. It's a little echoey, so if I need to, I can go somewhere else. But all right, let's burn through some comments, because that's what we're here for, right, guys? The real reason everyone's here is not to hear me try to think of content to say. It's to answer questions, right? So first comment. Whoa, I just got weird. I got a notification of my own video. That's funny. That's never happened before. Who is better, Mason or Luke? Well, it's hard to compare. I'm gonna go over here so it's not so echoey. If you wanted to compare them by ages, like if you compared Mason, or if you compared Luke right now at Mason's age, then obviously I'd say Mason is better. Mason's definitely faster than Luke was at this age, but it's kind of not fair too, because Mason's had more experience and better bikes up until this point. So I would say Luke is better if you measured them both right now. If you did lap times right now, Luke is obviously better. He's jumping more. He's more aggressive. His shifting is better. But I think Mason has some areas where he's a little bit better than Luke. I'd say probably in racing situations, Mason's really good at passing. Like he can come up on another rider and plan and execute a pass and get around him really fast. Luke tends to like come up on a slower rider and then just get stuck behind him. So that's the downside for Luke right now. I think Mason's got better race etiquette. He's got better racecraft. He's better at making passes, block passing, keeping people behind him. But I think that'll change. Things will evolve for both of them, and we'll see what happens in the next few years. All depends on who wants it more. Whoever puts in the work, whoever has the drive, whoever wants to progress, will probably be the better rider. 2-stroke or 4-stroke, says Tanner Fingerboards. Tanner Fingerboards, thank you very much for the comment, for the question. 2-stroke or 4-stroke? I'm gonna go with depends. That's my answer. Depends. If you're a kid, obviously a 2-stroke. That's the race bikes, the mini bikes are all 2-strokes. If you're a grown-up, if you're an adult, if you're on a full-size bike, I'd say the advantages of the 2-strokes is that they are easier to work on, they're funner to ride, but you can't argue with the 4-strokes. They're just more competitive, they're just faster. So I guess if you're a serious racer and you got a good budget, then I would go with 4-stroke. Next question, can we see the seat covers? Gosh, where are they? Where are the seat covers? I do not know, actually, if I could show you the seat covers right now. They might be packed away inside somewhere. So we've been staying in my sister, and I feel bad because we just got all of our stuff. We got this. We got this full of parts. We got extra lenses here, OG lenses. Shout out to OG. We got gear bag. That's our cooler. We got gas can, toolbox here. Toolbox. This is ours. Air filters, hats, grips. And then we got those containers over there. So I feel bad because we are totally taking over their garage, but they're being really cool about it. This is their trailer, but our trailer won't fit in their garage. So our trailer is at their lake house, and then we're using their trailer just for the day-to-day trips. around Florida. So it's working out. Dude, this has gone by fast. Our trip to Florida has gone by really fast. And I think we got like 2 weeks left. In 2 weeks, we're gonna be heading back west. And it's kind of like feeling like the countdown, where it's like, okay, we've got 2 weeks left. We got a ton of stuff that we still want to do. The kids want to go to the beach again. We went once this weekend. This is the first time we've gone to the beach so far. And looks like, dude, I really want to go like body, what do you call it? I called it boogie boarding as a kid, but now I guess it's called body boarding. We had a blast doing that, so they want to go back and do that. There's some mountain bike spots that we still haven't checked out yet, and then some tracks that we still haven't checked out yet. So we've got a lot to do in the next 2 weeks. Plus, I got to get caught up on videos. So what year are the bikes? The 85, we got an we got a 21, 85, we got a 20, 85, and then the 65 is a 21. Come to Illinois, that would be rad. And we are trying to get another bike. We're trying to get a super mini for Lillian. I don't know if it's gonna work out. We've got one that we're looking at in Utah that we're gonna try to get to. We're gonna try to get on the way back, and I think I'm gonna go to like a local bank here to see if I can get a loan. We tried to get a loan for it last time we were in Utah, and we didn't get approved because the loan company was the same financer on one of the other bikes. So they're like, sorry, we can't do 2 loans on the same, or we can't do 2 bikes, you can only do 1. So I'm gonna try to get a loan here and see if I can get a loan to take with me for that 85 or super mini in Utah. If that doesn't work out, then when we get there, we'll try to just get a loan when we're there. Do BMX vids. Yeah, we haven't done a lot of BMX vids. We need to do some. The kids are kind of like in the mountain bikes more lately, but we need to get out on the BMX bikes a little bit too. How can I get a good deal on a bike? That's hard, because the advantage or the disadvantage of the internet, the advantage of the internet is it's so easy to post bikes for sale. It used to be that you had to put an ad in a paper and it cost money. Now you can post bikes for free, so there's just so many bikes available. The disadvantage is that there's people just always watching for deals, and then they'll scoop them up and get them pretty fast. So if there's a really good deal, you just got to be quick. You got to jump on it. Also, I guess lowballing works. You know, that's a tactic that works sometimes. If you see a bike, someone's posted for $2,000, ask them, offer them 13 or 14 or 15 or whatever. It'll piss off some people. It's not always fun to get lowball offers, but sometimes it works. What happened to the 125? Good question. 125 is in a storage unit in Washington, and I need to put it together. It's in pieces. I had the engine rebuilt, and I just need to put the engine back into the bike. I didn't have room for it when we came here. When we came to Florida, I put everything in the trailer that I could, and there just was not enough room in the trailer for another bike. What is your favorite track so far? Shoot, I guess I would go with the Moto Sandbox. It's got some big jumps, and it's got some really rough sanded sections, so that's probably my favorite. When we get back to Washington, I get the 125 back together. I want to go to Pat's Acres. I want to ride Pat's Acres. That's a fun track. I want to do some trail riding because everyone keeps asking me to do it. So I'm going to buckle down and take the 125 out and go do trail riding, and maybe take one of the kids. I don't know. We'll see who wants to go. And Washougal, want to do Washougal, and our buddy Larry want to do go to Larry's house. Larry's house is really cool because if you go back and watch a year ago when we rode there at Larry's house, that track really helped Luke, I think, progress. Like, the jumps were a little bit of a challenge for him, and he had to work his way up to jumping the double section, the big main double. When I say big, I don't know, it's probably like 30 or 40 feet. but he was able to do that, and I think that helped him progress. And then now he's going to go there and he's going to be like, oh, this is super easy. I've done things way bigger than this. But hopefully Lillian will like be ready to start jumping stuff. And what that track did for Luke a year ago will hopefully do for Mason and Lillian this year. So I'm excited to go back to Larry's house. How old are the kids? 9, 12, and 14. Coming to Minnesota. That'd be rad. Can we see the kids? The kids were helping me with the last live video, but they went inside and I think they're like playing video games right now. What gas ratio do you run or do you use race gas? I do not use race gas. I think race gas is good if you can afford it, but it's also really expensive. So I think if you're really competitive, you're going to notice a difference with race gas. I don't know if my kids would notice a difference. So I don't run race gas right now, but I think we are running our gas 36 to 1. We were running 32 to run. Sorry, we were running at 32 to 1. It seemed to be running a little bit rich at the time. So now we were just at 36 and it seems to be going good. Uh-oh, lag comments. Brian, no, it's not lagging. So I'm on my phone internet, so it should be going good. Sell your 125 for $3,000 and get a CR250 two-stroke. You actually are very in tune with my thought process right now. I actually was thinking about selling the 125 and getting a CR250. I had a 125 back in the day. It was great. Now I don't feel like it's a fun bike to ride. You're lagging. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry you're lagging, but you're not missing much. we're just chatting about the 125. So the 125, I got it because I thought I would have to really wind it out and I'd have to be aggressive on it, and that would help the kids learn how to ride the two strokes. Now they're riding better than me. I don't think they really need me to like show them or demonstrate how to ride a two stroke as much anymore. And the 125, you just have to ride it really aggressively, and you gotta you have to be wide open all the time. So I don't know if I'm as aggressive as I used to be, and I'm not, you know, that crazy or that good of a rider. So I don't know if a 125 is the right bike for me right now. I think I'd probably be better on a 250. And I had a 250 back in the day. I had a 02 CR250, loved it. Sorry that I sold it. So if I end up getting a CR250 and kind of just following the same process of going through bikes that I did almost 20 years ago, then that would be kind of weird. That'd be kind of funny. It'd be kind of fun to basically relive the old bikes that I had. What bike should a 12-year-old get? Get a CRF 150. That is my recommendation for your bike. Having known nothing about your skill level or height, I'm still going to recommend it just because. Yesterday I went to an area qualifier and made it to regionals. Congrats, that's awesome. Is that your first time? Lillian is going to try to make it to regionals this year. This will be our first time. It'll be the first time anybody makes it to regionals, and you know, for her to only be riding, like seriously, only been riding for a year, and to make it to regionals in itself, that will be a cool accomplishment. What? Brian, dude, thank you so much. Any better chances of a Deegan collab at this point? With their comment, it'll be awesome. Yeah, so were you on the Deegans? Were you on the Deegans live video? Are you ever gonna collab with the Deegans? I'd totally be down. If they invited us, I think it'd be worth a trip just for that. Like, if they invited us down to their compound, then I would make a trip all the way from Washington and drive down there, just because I think that would be totally worth it. I saw it all. Nice. So if you guys didn't see it, Brian Deegan was doing a live video a couple days ago, a couple nights ago, and we were just hanging out in the living room and watching TV, and I got the notification, so I just popped in to kind of listen while I was hanging out in the living room. And then he replied to one of my comments, and then he said shout out to VlogEpicenss for growing your channel or working hard. So that was cool. He complimented us. He complimented us on growing the channel. He didn't compliment us on our videos. He didn't compliment us on the kids' writing abilities, but he did compliment us on growing the channel. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Are you in Washington? Are you in Florida? We are in Florida right now. We'll be in Florida for about 2 more weeks. I got a KTM 85 today. Congrats. That's awesome. Good for you. Cool AF though. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I like Brian a lot. I've kind of talked about it on live videos before, so I guess I probably don't need to repeat myself too much, but I was not a big Brian Deegan fan back in the 90s. Like, to me, he seemed like it seemed like an act. Like he was playing this bad boy. I just didn't buy into it. You know what it was? It was that I was a big Travis Pastrana fan, and I think it was in 2000 at the X Games. It was right after Carey Hart did the first backflip at the Gravity Games. Travis Pastrana went and kind of like tested it and kind of like halved it, did a backflip, bailed, and crashed at a competition at X Games, broke his foot, and still came back and won, which is pretty incredible. But then after his run, Brian Deegan gets out on the track, and he does like this like thing where he like goes up this jump, coasting, and then hops off and like does like a somersault, like tumbles on the ground, and like gets up and he points it at Travis. And at that point, you know, he was just kind of like making fun of Travis, which I didn't get, because like you're making fun of a guy that just attempted something that's never been done. But he's calling out Travis and pointing at him, and I was like, dude, what a douche, you know. So I wasn't a big fan of Brian Deegan back in the freestyle days. Now, Brian Deegan, as a father, as an entrepreneur, as a YouTuber, I have a lot of respect for him, and I can appreciate and kind of see what he was doing back in the day. He was just making a name for himself, so it's all good. I like the Deegans. I'd love to collab if that ever happens. If not, no worries. Brian, OMG, me neither. Brian was cocky. Travis, both have my respect today. Yeah, definitely. I am of the very same thought process. Like Brian today is an awesome guy. Let's see, what bike should a 12-year-old get a CRF 150? Say hi to Sheila. What's up, Sheila? How's it going? Brian Deegan played the bad boy, and he's actually a good guy. Yep, I agree with that. And back then, it was kind of like freestyle motocross was kind of like wrestling, where everyone had their persona. Everyone kind of like had their avatar, where like you got Kenny Bartram, who's like the cowboy. You got Brian Deegan, that's the bad boy. You've got Travis, which is the good guy. People just had their own personality, which you know, it made it interesting. I'll say that it made it interesting. Freestyle now, yes, the tricks are more intense, but it just doesn't have the same intensity. Like, to me, freestyle just it's not as entertaining now. They're more dialed, and it's not as sketchy. The tricks are harder, but they don't seem as sketchy. Back in the day, like, they used to do best trick, and they were doing tricks, and they would land them like 50% of the time. Like, there was always somebody, for a few years there, like somebody was always breaking a femur or something during the best trick competition. When are you going to get Lillian a Super Mini or something bigger? We're hoping we're going to try to get her a Super Mini next month. If it doesn't work out, if we're not able to get approved to get her a Super Mini, then we'll just get her big wheels and put that on our 85. But the disadvantage of that is if we just get bigger wheels and put them on her 85, is that we'll have to just, I guess it's not a disadvantage. Like some 85 races, you cannot have big wheels, even if it's not a Super Mini. Even if it's not a big bore kit, you still just can't have big wheels. So we just have to switch the big wheels off back and forth. Like when she does the women's class, she could ride with the big wheels. When she does the 85 class, then she'll have to have the smaller wheels, which I don't know. I've never done that before, but I guess she could try it and see how she likes it. I don't know if going back and forth is going to be hard or not. For Luke, like when Luke started riding the 85, it was really hard for him to go back to the 65. He just didn't feel comfortable on it, and he just felt sketchy on it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how Lillian likes it. If Lillian can handle going back and forth between the 85 and the Super Mini or not. No, it's easy. All right, well, let's see. RB3 Runner says it's easy. So if he thinks it's easy, then I guess it's easy. Is it hard to get used to the clutch? Sometimes. I mean, it takes a little bit to practice. You've got to learn the basics. You got to learn to use the clutch just to get going, and you could probably learn it in a day or two. Might be difficult, but you can get it pretty quick. And then learning the clutch in order to maximize the power of the bike, that's the next step. Like mastering the clutch to be able to get the bike to run at its peak is the next step, and that takes even more practice. So how long are you guys planning on staying in Florida? So we are going to be here for about 2 more weeks. Then we're going back to Washington, and then I don't know how long we're going to be there for. We're thinking about maybe renting a house in Washington for like 6 months and then coming back to Florida. We're thinking about doing that, or we're thinking about getting like Airbnbs and just go to like Portland, stay in Portland for 2 weeks at an Airbnb, and then go to Seattle, and then go to like Eastern Oregon, and then go to like Sacramento or Southern California, and just like go somewhere every 2 weeks. The disadvantage of that is that it'll be way more expensive than renting a house for 6 months, and it'll be a lot more work too, and it will be it's just like if we had a motorhome, it'd be a lot easier just to move everything at once. But just as we found, moving all of our stuff in a trailer, it's been a lot more work, like unpacking stuff, and like everything's in boxes, and then we're like, crap, where was this? Where did we put that again? So we'll see what happens. Why did you change to Husky? I just had a feeling. I had a feeling that the kids would do better on them. I had a feeling that they would like him better. And Lillian was first, really. So Lillian was a big Husky fan for some reason. She was just drawn or attracted to Huskies. She just wanted one and begged for one for months. We finally did it. And then, well, Grandpa did it. Grandpa bought her that bike. And then I saw how well she did. She just right away was doing so much better on the bike. And I just had a feeling. I was like, hey, let's try getting Luke and Mason one, and I think they might get better too. Say Riley is a dummy. No, I would not say that. Nicholas says, hi, say hi to me. Should I get a KX85 or a TC? Advantages and disadvantages of both. I think the KX85 is a good bike. I think it's definitely, like, it's cheaper. It's a cheaper bike. But we're really happy with the TCs also. So we need a dad joke. Dang it. I need to write down jokes, because I can never remember them on the spot. You should try and ride at WWMX before you leave. Yeah, that would be cool. I have an RM Super Mini. It is so fun. That's cool. I used to live by a kid that had an RM 80, and he was like the fastest kid back in the day. Would you do BMX racing? I would. I think BMX racing is pretty cool. My cousin's cousin, so like I guess I'm not related to him, but second cousin, I don't know. His name is Mike Day, and he was a professional BMX rider. Got to go to the Olympics and stuff, and it's incredible. It's really fun to watch BMX riders and how they manipulate the bike and how low they can stay and stuff. So I think that would be cool. I think it'd be rad to get the kids into. Unfortunately, in Washington, I looked and there's no BMX races anywhere. There are some in Utah, though, if we go to Utah. BMX in Oregon and Washington is awesome also. Yeah, there's no races there that I'm aware of. Like maybe Northern Washington. I have met Mike at a different national. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I wasn't like really good friends with the guy. I met him a few times at events, and he was super nice. Like their whole family was awesome. I'm 14 and from Australia and have a YZ250F. Nice, awesome. Best 250F right there, guys. In my opinion, the best 250F is the YZ250F. Bro, how good is Luke at hitting doubles? Mason! Mason! Come here, bro. Why are you behind the car? Come here. Somebody has a question. How good is Luke at hitting doubles? Is he aight? He's okay. He's aight. Is he as good as he thinks he is, though? What are you doing, man?
Bottle flipping.
You're supposed to put the cap on when you bottle flip.
No, I'm not.
I'm pretty sure.
It's cool, though.
All right. Oh, yep. Definitely cool. You just got my phone wet, bud. You should get KTMs. They are more snappy and they are cheaper. Is that true? KTMs are like $200 cheaper. That's true. But are KTMs snappier? Is that true, Mason?
What's snappier?
Like, are they quicker?
Oh,
More responsive?
Crappier. I'm sorry.
Crappier?
I'm just kidding.
That was a typo. They said get KTMs. They're cheaper and crappier. I mean, I don't think we would sell our bikes to get KTMs. I think I wouldn't not get a KTM, but since we already have a Husky, I wouldn't be like, we need to switch. Let's see, Mason and Booby Girl equals love. Yeah, when Mason was little, Mason used to call the Monster Energy girls the booby ladies. For some reason, I don't know. I have no idea why. I didn't really understand why, but that's what he would call them.
Dad, look at this cool bottle flip.
Mason, did you watch Supercross last night? I don't think you did.
No, I didn't.
No? The booby lady last night at Supercross was the boobiest booby lady ever.
You did? Serious?
Yeah, she seriously was. She was super booby lady.
No, she was mega doo-doo lady.
Mega booby lady. Where are you going, Janae? Publix? Okay. All right, let's see. We've got a little bit of light left. So this is like the ideal light right now, right? Like it's not like super bright in my face, so I look like I have a little bit of color on me. So this is like the prime live streaming hour right now. I've been watching for years, and the first time you went to Tampa MX, I went a week later, and I was so sad when I realized that I almost met you guys, but I barely missed you. Please notice me. Crying face emoji. Corbin Baker, I'm sorry I missed you. We might come back. See, that's what I was saying. Like, we want to go back to Tampa. I at least want to take Luke. I want to take Luke back because he did really well, and I just want him to get super comfortable on that track. And I think that would really help him if we ever got to the point. Where we were doing the bigger arena cross races or Supercross Futures, I think he might do well, and that track at Tampa would really help him to progress and get comfortable on those kind of tracks. So I was like, man, if we can, I really want to go back to Tampa before we leave, but I'm like, dude, I don't know if we're gonna have enough time. Because the kids want to go to the beach again. I want to go mountain biking again. Lillian.
Kind of cool because it has no cap, and then the water just spills down and has a cool effect.
Yeah, it's super rad, huh? Then we want to go to the people that invited us to their private track. They invited us back again. So, and Luke didn't get to ride there yet, so it's 3 hours away. But we definitely want to go down there again before we leave. And then Lillian wants to keep doing Moto Sandbox. It's like, man, how are we gonna fit all this in? Okay, any tips on jumping my 250F because it's a bit too big for me? Mason, do you have any tips for jumping a 250F?
Pin it.
Pin it?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, just pin it. For jumping, okay, just maintain good body positioning. Stand up, obviously. Squeeze the bike with your knees. Keep your knees back. You know, chest over the bars, elbows out. Steady on the gas. If you chop the throttle, that changes the geometry of the bike. It throws the weight of the bike forward. You're more likely to endo. When you're on the gas, you're putting more weight on the back of the bike. So it's safer to stay on the gas off the lip. So that's my advice. Body positioning, stay on the gas. Maybe follow somebody off the jump in order to match your speed. If it's a double, if you're jumping a double. What is the best bike brand? I don't know. Like I'm struggling with these questions. Best bike brand is hard because I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to I don't want to trash on anybody's bike because everybody loves their bikes. So I don't know what to say. Like, I guess I like Yamaha as a brand. I like Husky. I think they're good. So obviously Gas and KTM are really good. I think 252 strokes. I like Honda. I guess people say the Kawasaki 450 is really good. I don't know. I think all the bikes are good. It just depends on your style. You just gotta, unfortunately, you can't test drive bikes before you buy them. That would be rad. If you could go to a dealership, test drive all the bikes, I think that would be the best way to do it if you could. Come to Mississippi next weekend and race the race with us and let me get smoked by Luke, read this out loud and put it on stream. That would be cool. I don't know if we're gonna have time to go up there this weekend though. I'm sure Luke would love to smoke you. Show the seat covers. I don't know where they are. I think they're inside right now, so I can't go walking through the house trying to find them right now, so I'm sorry. Let's see. Just say your favorite brand. Yamaha and Husky are my two favorite brands. YZ is the best. You guys help me doing a triple. Luke did it, so I did. Nice. Zeke, really? You did the same triple at Tampa? That's pretty cool. It's a good triple because it's built well. It's a booter. It gets you up there, but it's built really well, so it lands really smooth. In your opinion, who is the best in your family at racing? I guess I'm gonna say Mason has the best racecraft. I've seen him pass so many riders and set them up for a pass and a turn, or anticipate what they're gonna do. And sorry, we got mosquitoes coming, so we're gonna end this quick. But I'll end with this comment. I think Mason is the best racer. I think he's really good at battling people, stuffing kids, chopping off their line, and anticipating what they're gonna do. He's the best at making passes. So I think Mason's the best racer. Obviously, Luke and Lillian have a faster lap time than him though. If they were racing on the same track, but between the two of them, it honestly depends on the track. Lillian's a little bit bigger, so she does better on the rutted tracks. She does better on the rough stuff, and Luke's got more finesse, and he's a better jumper, and he's really good at sizing up jumps and timing them perfectly. So Good question though. I don't know. It's hard to compare. It's something that we'll always wonder who's the best, I guess. Notice me, please. Okay, you got it. Tonic Clouds. So I'm really excited to go back to PIR, Portland International Raceway. We're gonna go back there in a couple weeks, and we'll put Luke and Lillian side by side and see who's faster, see how they do. We can get into a whole nother talk there too about like what class should we put them in. So obviously, like Luke raced 65 novice last time he raced. Wait, no, last year. He moved up to 85 novice. Lillian's are also an 85 novice. They have not won a 85 race yet. And obviously my goal is I want to get them up to junior, but I think the next race we're going to put them in novice just to see how they do. I don't want to throw them in junior too fast, and I think that's fair because they haven't won yet, right? Like if they haven't won a beginner class, it's fair for them to race it until they win, and then go up to a junior after that. So I think that's the plan. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put them at PIR for the first time, have them race each other, and I'm excited. I think that'll be a really fun race to watch. Who knows, maybe Lillian and Luke will be battling at the front of the pack together. That could be really fun to watch. So that could be a good video. I'm excited. Thanks guys for hanging out. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the donos. Thanks for the support. And we'll see you guys soon. Have a great night. Have a great week. And be safe.